Hello, all my beautiful ladies and everyone who watches my video. I'm coming to you today. This video is probably going to be a little long, I'm not sure yet, but I feel like it is because I'm going to talk to you about the curly girl method. I realize that me and Melissa always kind of state that I follow the curly girl method and she doesn't, but I've never actually sat down and did a video just describing to you exactly what the curly girl method is. So, the curly girl method is a styling and hair care regimen that you can follow. The most important things about the curly girl method that I feel like is the biggest shock to people is that you don't use shampoo. So, in my hair, what I do weekly and to cleanse is I use coconut co-wash, and you could use a no poo or various other cleansers. So now I'm just going to go into a few things about the curly girl method. So this is the book. You can buy it on Amazon. I think it's $13.95. So I've had this for a while now. It actually comes with a CD on how to style your hair. So in terms of the curly girl method, again, it's no shampoo. And what you're supposed to do is when you're in the shower, you use conditioner. They say for different textures that are tighter like ours, you just leave conditioner in it and do wash and goes. That is a pure curly girl method. There are no combs, there are no brushes. You use your fingers to detangle, which I believe in very much so, because a lot of the times a brush will just rip out tangles that you might be able to yourself go in and take out. So that's one of the very big things about the curly girl method. So just a little bit of my history on it. I started the curly girl method February of this year. So that's when I found out about it, and that's when I started doing it. I saw an immediate change in my hair. Like within 2 weeks, I noticed that my curls were popping more. Curly girl method is not going to make your hair grow any faster. It's not that. It's just a way to maintain your hair. If you like defined curls, I highly suggest the curly girl method, because when you use the curl, you can't see from this, of course, because I've really stretched my hair out, but the curly girl method, my curls have never popped that much. And even when I do wash and goes with my hair, I did a wash and go this past Sunday, and I tried to stretch it, and my hair, it kept reverting back. The curls were just stubborn to the point they didn't want to uncurl. Like, it literally took me this whole week to get my hair to get like this, and I've been trying to stretch it out since about Tuesday. So yes. So if you like defined curls, it's definitely something that you want to do. So again, there's no shampoo, there's no combs, and there's no brushes. So you finger detangle, you use conditioner to cleanse your scalp. Now, what that means is I use the As I Am coconut co-wash as of now. That's my co-wash of choice. This doesn't mean that you condition your hair and you don't shampoo. It means you use conditioner to cleanse your scalp. So you're actually physically washing your hair with just conditioner. I feel like a big mistake that a lot of us make and feeling like, oh, I need shampoo, it's because we don't it's because we don't actually use the conditioner as a cleansing agent to really get into your hair, get into your scalp, and really take everything out of it. Now, as with everything and every program and every method to retain moisture and help your hair to be healthy, you have to modify it to how you like it. Now, pure curly girl method, you do not twist your hair. It was created by Lorraine Massey, and she basically says that she is extremely low manipulation. You're not supposed to do anything with your hair except wash and go, wash and go, wash and go. And that's pretty much everything that's supposed to help your hair. But if you have a kinkier texture, or if you're just like me and you like stretched hair, that's not going to work for you. So I do twist my hair. So there are several people who do what's called a modified curly girl. I'm pretty sure that's just something that someone started, because that's really what it is modifying the method to fit into your lifestyle and the way that you want your hair to be. Like, I stretch my hair. I twist my hair. I do twist out far more than I will ever do wash and goes because I hate shrinkage, as I've said in the past. So I don't really do wash and goes. I do twist outs, or sometimes I band. But the curly girl method helps you keep in mind that because of that low manipulation, even when I band, I'm not going all the way to my root to start the banding. I'm starting pretty much stretching what I have at the end, to stretching the ends and leaving the roots more comfortable, because I don't want any pressure, because I know how important low manipulation on your hair is. And again, the curly girl method doesn't really talk about protective styling, which I do often and I feel is very important. They don't talk about protective styling in the sense of twists and braids and all of that. I mean, I'm sure you can do a bun in the curly girl method and that will be fine, but things like that really aren't discussed. So I have modified this method for me. The curly girl method, you're supposed to put in conditioner and put in gel. A lot of people don't like gel because for me, sometimes gel makes my curls tighter and it enhances the shrinkage, because my curls are fairly spirally. So when you put that gel in there and it holds on to that, it's like it's not letting go. So it's just hard. And I don't like gel. I just like to be free, to be me. What I'm actually using now is aloe vera gel, which it's like it's just weird and I love it. So I'm gonna do a review on that next, so don't be shocked that I'm in the same clothes. But yes, so those are the important things about the curly girl method. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. Now let's talk a little bit about the actual book. This book is really good because it has recipes for deep conditioners and exfoliates for your hair. It tells you about how to trim your own ends, which I should be doing a video on within the next week or so, because I do want to trim my hair now. It's been a while. Just want to make sure everything is good with that. And then it also goes into just Divashon. Divashon has their own products, and Divashon has their own salon. They are known, or became very well known, specifically because of the fact that they cut your hair curly and not straight. Most places blow your hair out and then they'll give you trims. They're very big on cutting your hair in its curly state, because if that's how you wear it, then you want to see exactly what's going to be happening and know exactly what you're going to get out of the pot. So that's what they're known for, and that's what they're really big for. Now, in terms of curly girl method and oils, castor oil is not recommended on the curly girl method because it's very thick, and they say that it blocks your pores and stops hair growth. I use castor oil. I love castor oil, and I've never had any buildup experiences with castor oil. But if you decide that you do want to start following the curly girl method and you do notice that that's giving you that extra buildup, I would suggest trying different oils if that's a route you want to take. I like castor oil. I primarily use it on my edges because I feel like it just gives them that extra va-va-voom, and I use it in my deep conditioners. And sometimes I use it to seal my ends, but more recently I've been using vitamin E oil because it's a little lighter. And of course, with big hair, you never want heavy products. That's just not a go. So if you're thinking of starting the curly girl method, you have to use a shampoo with silicone in it to first wash your hair. No, sorry. You have to use a shampoo with sulfates in it to wash your hair to get any silicones that you have out. The problem with silicone is silicone just sits on top of the hair and it doesn't allow moisture in and out. So some people say that if you wash your hair often enough, that doesn't matter because you put in the moisture, you put the silicone on top of it, and then the moisture's in, and then you wash it all out again and you start all over again. I don't think you should use shampoo that often anyway, so you should probably just stay away from silicones in general because it's just sitting on your hair and just making your hair dry. That's why I started this method. I had an immediate change within 2 weeks, but it does take 6 to 8 weeks. They do tell you that it takes about 6 to 8 weeks before you will see a change, like with anything else. You have to think about it like with skincare or even weight loss or anything. It takes time for you to actually see the bigger changes. Trying to make sure that I'm touching on everything that's super important in this method. I like it. It's very DIY. She tells you how to trim your hair, how to make conditioners. It's just very, I like it. And she goes through different curl patterns. She doesn't curl type in terms of 3A, 3B, 4A, but she has her own way of, like, do you have spiral curls? Do you have fractal curls, which is probably that's what I classify myself as. And she just goes through the whole process of everything. And then it talks a little bit about her pretty much accepting her natural hair and what she had to go through to deal with that. And I feel like we can all relate in that sense. So this is a good method if you want to take anything from it. You can buy the book. It retails for $13.95. You may be able to get it on Amazon a little cheaper. I may be lying. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember how much I paid for it because I've had it now for a good amount of months. Yeah, it's not something that will make your hair grow, but retaining length through the moisture will help your hair to be longer. It's not going to grow any faster, but it will help your hair to retain moisture. My hair now is about, just to do a length check type situation, it's about right here. And I'm going to be 2 years in December. So I have a couple more months. Hopefully I'll get another inch before my 2-year anniversary. I big chopped a year ago, so I transitioned for pretty much a year. So I don't feel like my hair growth is exponential in any way, and I don't feel like the curly girl method made it exponential in any way, but I feel like it helped me to retain moisture. Like, my hair feels softer, it doesn't feel dry, it just works for me. So if you're looking for something that works for you, if you're newly natural or if your old regimen is just not doing what you wanted it to do, this is definitely something that I suggest. And on this method, there's no heat. So again, there is the modified curly girl method. So some people do use heat rarely. I don't use heat on my hair. I wanted to wait at least a year doing the method without putting any heat on my hair, just to build up that moisture. Because what every hairstylist pretty much agrees with is, in order to protect your curls from heat damage, a very important part is that moisture. So you can't flat iron, you're not supposed to roller set or anything like that. But again, roller setting, I don't think that that's that bad if that's something you want to do. But if you're starting the method for the first time, I would suggest to go at least 6 months without any heat, just to make sure that you're getting that moisture into your hair, so you're giving the program a fair chance to actually give you the results you want to see. I don't think I forgot anything, but if I did and you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or if you heard anything about the curly girl method and you want me to answer, I am 100% open to that. The curly girl method does not mean that you have to use Diva Charm products. You just have to make sure you don't use the ingredients that you should be staying away from, i.e. silicone, sulfates, parabens, which most of the time we all know isn't really perfect for our hair anyway. So it's just pretty much staying away from that and a whole host of other things. There are plenty of vloggers and bloggers who actually have lists of products that they use. I use Diva Charm conditioner right now. I'm actually going to try Trialsntresses Natural tomorrow, so you should be expecting a review on that in the next 2 to 3 weeks or so, because I haven't used a different conditioner since I started this in February. But Diva Charm is not cheap, and I suggest that you find like Trialsntresses Naturals. Try that. I think it's about $4 or $5, and it is curly girl approved. So I would go with that and just experience it. Try something new and make sure. A lot of people also don't just stop using shampoo. They wean themselves off of it slowly. So like, instead of every week, they'll go every 2-3 weeks and then eventually stop using it. I stopped cold because I was just like, I felt like my hair was very dry and I was looking for something to give me that moisture. But if you want to go a little slower, if you're a little about the whole thing, you can. But I mean, I feel like it's something worth a shot if you're looking for a new regimen. So again, thank you for watching, and any comments or concerns you have, just leave them below. Bye guys.